Hi, careerists. It's Kimberly Rob Baker with This Little Brand, and I want to wish you a happy new year. Happy 2018. And for me, it's been really a little bit of a rocky, messy start, and I wanted to just kind of dispel the pressure that we put on the first day of New Year's to be this fantastic launch into amazingness, because there are 365 days of the year, and consistency and forward movement more than backward. Like sometimes it's backwards, but 2 steps forward, 1 step back, like that's all okay. I detail my story in my written blog of how I sort of woke up in a fog this morning, even after having a luxurious vacation. I woke up kind of feeling like I needed a nap, and I was at first disappointed by that. But as I thought about it, I realized that new beginnings can be messy, and the dust is still settling. Maybe you can't quite see, maybe you need a nap, maybe you just need, what I've chosen to do today is just to take 1 step forward in the direction that I have mapped out. So I want to encourage you, if this day is not all the unicorns and sunshine that you hope the first day of the new year would be, that it's all right. And I have a little storycito to share with you who are watching the video, which is I was reading this book 10X, and it was a good shot of adrenaline for me, right? The idea is you should make your goals 10 times as big as you think they should be, and you have to realize that it'll take like 10 times the effort. And there's like 4 things to it. Realize that you're trying to be of service and invulnerable rather than being in competition. So those, mindset, those kind of things. And it was a good motivator. I kind of stopped listening halfway through because a lot of it was like sort of 101. But I felt like, yeah, he's right. I'll get farther if I miss on my 10x goal than if I miss on a goal that I thought was reasonable. But something was still missing in it for me, and it was really a lot of that male perspective of like, wow, I've got to knuckle down and do it and work harder than everybody else. And that was something that was sort of not ringing true for me. And what I realized through, I kind of was able to take that idea of planning and gathering more, and Clarissa Pinkola Estes, one of my very, very, very favorite authors, and she's my virtual mentor. She doesn't know that, but I feel like she's a mentor because I've consumed so much of her work. And she tells this wonderful story in her audio program, How to Be an Elder, and it's about her time spent in Latin America. And she was in a small village in South America where they make these árbol de la vidas, like trees of life. And there was no electricity, nothing in this village. So there was this red clay that they would go out and get, and it was a hard process. They couldn't even take candlelight, and they had to go out at night and get it because the villagers said that the clay doesn't even like a fire. That's why they had to take it at night, because the sun would dry it out. So they would go at night, totally in the dark, like one hand, on top of the shoulders of the person in front, and you go, and it's this hard process. You're digging with your hands because you can't feel, if you have gloves on, you can't feel the clay, and there's silica in the clay, so you're getting like all scratched up. And so, one thing she realized from this was it was really hard. They all left sort of with all this sort of scratched up arms and everything, but they had brought a wagon, and it was a well-worn wagon with the wood smooth from the hands of many, many people over many, many trips. And they came equipped to reap a massive amount of reward from this work that they were doing. And that really resonated with me as a kinder and more holistic way of looking at setting big goals. It was really opening up. It's like the receiving arms, right? I'm going to go on this journey in the dark, and I have my ideas of how it should go. I don't know exactly how it will go, but I've got this big wagon. So if I find all the clay I need to make this tree of life, I will be able to load up the clay into my wagon and take lots of it back with me. So that's what I'm thinking about today. I'm here as the dust settles on my new year and on your new year. And what I wish for all of us is that whatever this year brings, we have with us a gigantic wagon and open arms so that we can receive it. Wishing you a very, very happy new year.